Welcome to Nuts at Night, episode number 17. Today we're recording the show a little bit earlier than usual, so we're not doing a live show due to the World Series event that is happening tonight, baseball. Phillies versus the Yankees, and I'm a Phillies fan, as you well know, so I'm going to talk a little smack about the Yankees during this show. Hope you don't mind. But joining us is Steve D'Amico. Hello, Steve.
Hello. And I'm in New York, but I'm not really a sports fan, so sorry, Yankees, you guys aren't going to be represented by me.
Not only are you not going to be represented, Steve D'Amico said "Go Phillies" before this call. Just want you guys to know that.
I said it for you.
Thank you very much. No, it was they actually, for those of you who aren't sports fans, I'm sorry, but I'm just elated because last night the Phillies played the Yankees for Game 1 of the World Series, and they crushed them. I guess you could say they crushed them because they won like 6-1, and I would consider that a crushing. And not only that, Alex Rodriguez, those of you who know him as A-Rod, struck out 3 times. It was beautiful.
Wow. I didn't know that. Well,
yeah. Well, you know, our players don't kiss themselves in the mirror. You know, our players are real players. You know, they're little posers, I think. So I'm making a lot of enemies here. But no, I mean, there's a picture of like A-Rod, like in like, I don't know, GQ or some cheesy magazine, like kissing himself in a mirror. Like, you wouldn't catch Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins doing that. That's laughable, man. That's embarrassing, Yankee fans. That's embarrassing. So, anyway, let's get on to some tech here before I alienate everybody who's listening. Or not just tech, whatever we want to talk about. Nuts at Night is a tech-oriented show that what can we say, strays into the what, Steve?
Strays into the, I don't know, the anything.
Yeah, okay, the anything. So, what do you got for us today, Steve?
Well, I just started playing with Google Voice, and I'm really liking it a lot. I think it's really a lot of fun to play with. I like kind of phone stuff, I guess. But I gave you an invite. Did you ever try it out?
No, I never. You know what? Because I don't have like a real dire need for getting anything like that set up. So I do want to mess with it. I just haven't yet. I will. But what have you done with it?
Well, my problem is that I have I hate checking my voicemail, and I always hate looking, and I'm always just too busy. I don't really want to mess with my phone. I really just want to fix the three or four computers that are in front of me at any given time.
Right.
So I kind of get I get a little bad with checking my phone every time, and sometimes it's in another room, and it's just kind of a pain. So I've used Vonage as a solution to my kind of problems because I'm either in my office, my home office, or I'm on the road, and I'll just literally just jump up and run out of the house. I forget things, you know. Mm-hmm. So what's really great is that with this, with Vonage, I used Vonage, I still use it now. And with Vonage, there was something called simul-ring or simultaneous ring or something like that. And what was really cool about that is it rings, the phone call comes in on the Vonage phone line number, and it rings my cell phone and the Vonage phone, which is, you know, regular phone in the house. And they both ring at the exact same time, which was really pretty cool. It didn't matter which one I picked up. Huh. So if I literally just grabbed as long as I had my cell phone and I ran out of the house, it didn't matter if somebody called either line, I'd always be able to get them when I'm out of the house, which is pretty neat. It's better than like phone forwarding, the old phone forwarding where it rings like 5 times on this phone number, then it rings, and then it switches over and rings 5 times on the other one. And somebody has to sit there and wait and listen to all these rings, you know?
Right.
Because most people just give up at that point. Right. You know?
These days.
Yeah. So Google Voice is the old Grand Central. And it's pretty neat. What it does is it transcribes it transcribes voicemail, which is one of the features that I really got really into. And I really like it because voicemails come in like email, which is pretty neat.
So it takes a voicemail that somebody leaves and it transcribes it to an email.
Yeah, it does, and it's pretty neat. But it also, because this transcribing isn't really, it's not perfected. By no means is it perfected.
I don't think you could ever perfect that, but anyway.
yeah. It's actually really sensitive. I've been playing with it for a little less than a week, so I'm not an expert on it yet. But I don't think I'll ever be an expert on it. But it's pretty neat. it goes. It's so sensitive that I got a phone call from somebody who left a message, and there was somebody in the background. I could barely hear in the phone call or in the voicemail,
Yeah.
and I could hear them just kind of just talking to somebody else, and it was pulling in any gaps that the person was actually talking to me from. In any gaps, it actually transcribed what the person behind him saying. So it was just a kind of mishmash of words, but you could kind of make out as to what the person's saying.
Really? That probably
fun.
could turn into something pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah. It really has some really weird words. I could pull some of the emails I got and see what. Let me see. I probably have to log into my Google Voice account.
Check that out. I mean, I can imagine because it's not going to, especially somebody in the background, it's probably not going to transcribe it perfectly. It's probably just complete nonsense. Is that how the emails came out? Nonsensical?
Okay, so here's one of the messages I got with Google Voice today. This is I'm not going to clue as to what it is. I'm not gonna give away what it actually the message is about, but
right.
maybe we'll be able to figure this out. So here it is coming in word for word. Hey Steve, it's Mom. We sent Laura up in the office. There is a computer and my missing just all Y error. That goes about computer or the we called the power to, I guess, where to make it work. And if that one wire when the thing, and I know you usually have a good clean wires.
Oh man, the thing. I bet Google Voice just puts thing in wherever it doesn't know where a word goes.
Yeah. And then it's I'll talk to could look in the basement, but I couldn't even know what I'm looking for. But anyway, that's why I'm calling. I hope it was well. I've talked to you. Here's where it gets good. But anyway, that's why I'm calling. I hope all's well. I haven't talked in so long. That's it. Just looking for that wire. And Rosh, which is gosh. Good Lord, I'm gonna be here this weekend. I have the following weekend, but I just keep forgetting to ask you about that. So I have the extra computer in my office at home. So this is it was bad at first, and then it starts getting better.
Yeah.
You could figure it out. Like if you just look at it and read it, you can figure out.
Totally. Totally. I'm actually very impressed. Even with all those extra words, you could easily figure it out what she's talking about.
Yeah, and there's something about a wire and something about wire missing, and what it is that she has this. I gave her, I upgraded her. I was a good son, and I upgraded her computer, and I gave her a whole nother computer, and then I left her old one behind just in case if